Hey y'all, it's your girl Stephanie's the Wrestling Color Podcast right here on YouTube. Make sure you thumbs up this video. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow me on my Pinterest and my Instagram. I'm very active on Instagram. I'm very active on Pinterest. My Pinterest is growing. Y'all loving the pictures I be finding? I love doing it. I don't even know why I'm so into Pinterest. I just maybe, us older gals, we be late with it. Go into my catalog of uploads. Different things is going on. Stuff is happening every day. I'm trying to keep up with it. I just want to thank those that stuck around. Those that stuck around, understanding that I got a lot of shit going on, and I don't post as much as I could because of that. But my education is slowly coming to a close, slowly but surely. I'm almost touching that brass ring, y'all. My boo, his education, he's about to hit summertime, and he can't wait to start 6th grade because I'm over 5th grade right along with him. And everything is just going really smooth. And there's a spider tucked into this corner of my ceiling, and I don't know how I feel about that. But I just want to take the time out, and I want to raise my glass to my dad. I want to give him a happy, heavenly birthday. Today is his birthday. I'm having a cocktail for him. I already got the tears out and all of that. We already cut loose on that, and we just want to celebrate his life. He lived a long 75 years. Today he would have been 76, and we would have been on the phone for about 6 hours. But this is just a part of life. These are things that happen, and you recognize your mortality, and you just want to move forward and live to the fullest. I haven't moved yet because my apartment wasn't ready. And so that's been pushed back. And you just roll with the punches. And this is what life gives you. And I think as of late, I've been rolling with the punches pretty good. So I have a list of topics that I want to talk about. Some of them might be a little bit late, like WrESTlemaina. 2 nights of WrESTlemaina. I got to touch on some of that. I got to touch on it just a little bit. I'm not going to go through everything. I'm going to just touch on my highlights because night 1 was definitely the better night. Night 1 gave me everything I needed. Night 1 gave me my happy ending. I had a good time night 1. It was some big shit happening night 1. And we just going to run through it real quick. The top, we'll start. We're not going to say what's the top. I'll tell you what I like. So WrESTlemaina kicked off with Shinsuke, Rick Boogs, and the Usos. And the match was going. Rick Boogs and the Usos was trying to do this spot where the Usos jumped on Rick Boogs' back. Because if you follow Rick Boogs, he's like a fucking cyborg. I don't know what this guy... He has either natural energy or he eats fucking Energizer bunnies for protein. I don't know, but he's super strong. So whatever happened, them Usos got on his back. Something went wrong and his knee buckled. Now, I thought it was a joke because he had the storyline where his leg was hurt. But the way his knee buckled, it looked like it hurt. And he writhed in pain. And they end up taking him out. Come to find out, his knee is hurt. And I think he's going to be out for almost a year. And that really sucks that his first WrESTlemaina, he got hurt. But there's a silver lining. Rick Boogs is over as fuck. I love Rick Boogs. I love saying Rick Boogs. I love his energy. He looks like, what they said, Freddie Mercury on steroids. I think he's a fantastic character, and I hope he comes back bigger and better than ever. We are not going to forget Rick Boogs, okay? The match was alright. It didn't really, wow me or whatever. Then we had the forgettable Madcap Moss, Baron Corbin versus, what was his name? Damn, I'm looking right at the picture. McIntyre. Whatever. I didn't really care. He hit the ropes with his sword and broke the ropes. What he should have did, or what they should have did, was have him stab either Drew or Baron. If you had fucking Shayna Baszler bite Becky Lynch in the neck, why can't y'all have him cut somebody with this fucking sword he's walking around? Why are you walking around with a sword and you're not impaling or cutting anyone with it? I don't understand. I don't get it. Then we had The New Day, which is Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston versus the Three Stooges, because that's what they are. And I probably make a whole video about the Three Stooges, and that consists of in Xavier Woods, Bitch, Botch, and Butch. Bitch being Sheamus, Botch being the English guy, and Butch being the former Pete Dunne. And just the fact that his name is Butch, and they act like the Three Stooges, y'all. Like, I am so kidding. Butch be running around, jumping around because he's the smallest, and he's like a rabid bulldog, and they gotta hold him back, and he's just like, let me at him, boss, let me at him, boss, let me at him. And it's just like this whole stooge thing going on. They end up winning. The Three Stooges won. Whatever. A fun match took place. This was one of the famous people they like to put in the match, which was Logan Paul and The Miz versus what's his name? I'm literally looking at these pictures. The Mysterios. Fun match. Logan Paul did fantastic. I mean, he is a boxer. He is athletic. He doesn't have a great reputation with the antics that he usually do on YouTube. But he came, he showed out. Was he better than Bad Bunny? No. But I can see him actually being a part of WWE part-time. I can see him coming back. That match was fun, whatever. Then we had, before we get to the good matches, we had Ronda Rousey and Charlotte. Let me tell y'all something. I told y'all Ronda got that baby brain. The match was terrible. It was nothing iconic. Ronda has a real rubbery body. Like, she gets flung. She flings you. A big boot is what took her out. And it was just like, okay, girl, whatever. So the matches that really set night one off was my girl Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch. Let me tell y'all something real quick, because I'm about to just go ahead and probably not get through the rest of this, because let me say something. I'm going to give my props to Becky Lynch. Becky got out the box. Becky was doing some flips. She was trying to do stuff she never did before. And I want to give applause to Becky Lynch, because she came out there and she did some tricks and put her little body on the line. Thank you. I also want to applaud Becky Lynch for her fashion. She pulled up in the Escalade, stepped out looking like 1985. I loved it. I loved the fashion. Excellent. Excellent. She looked like a star. She made that belt seem important for this one night. Because prior to this, you couldn't pay me to listen to a Becky Lynch cut a promo. Prior to this, up until she got a haircut, she called Bianca a bitch. Other than that, them Becky Lynch promos is just like, girl, repetitive as fuck. Bianca Belair. Let me tell you something. In all my years watching WWE, the blackest wrestlers I remember is Nation of Domination and Ron Simmons. And that's when he was in WCW, honestly. But Ron Simmons was very aware of his blackness and understood how politics works. One represents us all. We are never given our individuality, unlike white wrestlers and stuff. So these people understand when we see black people do something, we feel like it's a representation of all of us. Bianca Belair came out. You have to understand this. Bianca Belair came out with a historically black college and university, Southern Texas University. If you don't know what an HBCU is a historically black college or university. They exist because of segregation for 200-300 years. They exist so black people can go get education. Okay? That's why they're called historically black colleges and universities. Anybody can go, but at one point they were just for African Americans. Okay, black people. Comes out with the band. You got the drum majors in the front. I'm over here like, you got to be motherfucking kidding me. This is the blackest shit I've seen on display in years. Finally, I'm on my own, kicks in. She comes out dressed like a drum major. She got her bow, and I knew that bow was a throwback to when she used to dress up like that when she did the CrossFit and all that stuff. Outfit on point. She got Becky's lips on her ass. Excellent. Big fight feel. Becky and Bianca showed the fuck out. Bianca was getting her ass beat majority of the match. Then she powered through, did a KOD. She did get injured because Becky, listen, I'm not mad at Becky. I know Bianca ain't mad because Becky did some shit she ain't ever did before. She got up on that side rope and did a flip. And unfortunately, her foot caught Bianca in the eye and down the side of her face, and she got a black eye. She was fucked up or whatever, but she's still cute. And it was just a fantastic match. We was in here screaming. Because I just knew. I said, let me tell you something. I just know this bitch finna win because you ain't gonna have no whole band and you gonna go in there and lose. That girl won. We was screaming. I was good for the night. I was good because when she lost at SummerSlam for 26 seconds, I was through with SummerSlam. That took me all the way out the whole pay-per-view. But this right here, I was like, okay, I can keep rolling. Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins came out in lace. I want to give Seth Rollins a round of applause. Him and his wife know how to throw each other a bone and coordinate. He came out in a blue lace like Prince. Looked real good on him. I like that. Because Seth got some nice thighs. And the way that lace was sitting on his thighs was real sexy. So Seth Rollins, if you remember, he was like, yo, I want an opponent. What's going on? Give me what I need. We waited for his opponent. It was a nice long pause. Lights went out. Lights came back on. His opponent is none other than Cody Rhodes, because you motherfuckers just cannot be surprised. Cody Rhodes came out. Crowd damn near had a stroke. They put on a clinic. Excellent match. It was so good to see Cody Rhodes. Let me tell you something. Cody Rhodes in AEW was unbearable. Cody Rhodes in WWE, he's right where he belongs. The girls who know. The ones who don't. Excellent match. Last but not least, the end of the show was Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Kevin Owens at the KO show. I didn't circle anything. If you was following me, I didn't circle nothing. It was like, why you didn't circle? I said, because it's just a talk show. Well, it turned out not to just be a talk show. It was a no holds barred match between KO and SA. Steve Austin, let me tell you something about Kevin. Matter of fact, give Kevin Owens a round of applause, please. Kevin Owens made Steve Austin look so fucking good. Because he couldn't really do all of that without somebody helping him propel their body and do things to make sure this man gets what he needs done. Kevin Owens had a 360 moment. And what was so fantastic was everybody never gets to have a 360 moment. Everybody never gets to do the things they wish or do the things they hope. Like, for instance, when my pops passed, he passed in his sleep, right? When you ask people, how do you want to go? Everyone, at least most people say, I want to go sleep. I don't want to feel nothing. I just want to drift the fuck away into glory. 360 moment. That's a blessing. Kevin Owens met Stone Cold Steve Austin in his teens or early 20s. Big fan of him. Fast forward. He's in the main event at a WrESTlemaina with his fucking idol. Ain't no way that's not something to just sit back and say, yo, everybody strives to be in a space that they always wanted to be and have a 360 moment. I just thought that was so fantastic. And Kevin Owens looked like he was having the time of his life, flipping and flapping and hitting walls and shit, all for his idol, so they both could look good. It was a fun match. It was a good time. That he got the BS spilled on him. Stone Cold did his BS. He did everything he needed to do. It was great. Night one was perfect. Now, this is going to be quick because night two, not so much. I'm going to be real honest with you. I fell asleep. Through AJ Styles and what's his fucking name? Edge. I did. I fell asleep, so I couldn't tell you nothing about that. I circled Omos to win. He didn't. I believe Bobby Lashley won. I was half dead when that was on. I circled the Street Profits to win. I don't think they won. I think it was RKO. I think I fell asleep between that two. I woke up to Johnny Knoxville and what is his name? Johnny Knoxville and the redhead. I woke up to them. And I'm looking at this, and Wee Man flipping old boy on his head was funny, but then it just, you know, it was just too much. Like, it just wasn't, that just wasn't something I was interested in. And then he had like a big rat trap, and it snapped him, and he couldn't get out, and so he was getting hit in the balls a lot, and then the party boy was out there. I didn't care for that. Naomi and Sasha won the tag team titles. It was cute. It was expected. Sasha pulled up in like a Maserati or some type of Porsche, and they pulled up and took the fucking titles. That's just what it is. And I will say Pat McAfee and Austin Theory, it was a fun match. I just think Vince McMahon could have kept his old ass in the back, but he wanted to get apart and get down with it, and that's fine, whatever. It was funny. Was that Vince McMahon? Yeah, because at some point Stone Cold came out and gave him a stunner, and he didn't do it right, and that's just something. It was fucking funny the way he just fucked that, and even Stone Cold was laughing because, child, I'll say Vince McMahon at 75? He is jacked. But I didn't really want to look at him do what he was doing. But he said he wanted to get out there. The crowd ate it up. So that is what it is. Pat McAfee, I wasn't shocked by him because remember he was in a match with Adam Cole at a takeover, and that match was good. And I just loved when Adam Cole was like going crazy and he punted Adam Cole in the chest. That clip is on my Instagram if you want to go through and find. That shit was funny as hell. So we got to the main event. Everybody was very upset because it was kind of lackluster. These guys, I'm going to say this. These guys, Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, were working really stiff. They were working really, like, slow into the body, if I'm saying that right. Like, they are real physical. And when they threw a punch, the punch had meaning behind it. Now, at one point, Brock had Roman Reigns in a submission hold, and he was cranking the fuck out of his arm. He was cranking it, and you know, I know he did not mean to hurt Roman. They usually put on pretty decent matches, but he popped Roman's arm out of the socket, and apparently he is injured. But WWE ain't gonna tell you that because that's they bread and butter right now. Because if Roman Reigns ain't on TV, I don't know what the fuck SmackDown gonna do. So they're going to keep Roman Reigns on TV and have him boss around the Usos. But anyway, his arm got popped. And I know he was telling when Paul Heyman came to the mat. And he was like, you better go. You got to get it. You got to go. He was like, it's popped out. It's popped out. And he was like, what? Pop it back in. So he, you know, I guess this is a testament to the professionalism of these guys. Because his arm was popped out. I don't know if he popped it in at some point. But Brock gave him enough space to pop it in. He ended up spearing Brock. They said Brock hurt his ribs during the spear, and he got the 2 belts. But that's the professionalism, and I'm going to give him a round of applause for that because if somebody pop my motherfucking arm out, ain't going to be no professionalism. I'm probably going to poop myself or pass out. So, overall, it wasn't all that great of a match, but it was decent, and I'm not holding them to no standard because it probably would have went longer if there was no injuries. These guys got families. They got shit to do. And they do it for your entertainment, and y'all need to lighten up a little bit. So overall, WrestleMania was fun. It was night 1 was the bee's knees. I give night 1 5 stars. I had a good time, give or take. Night 2 was about maybe 3.5 stars. And that is my thoughts on WrestleMania. I figure out, you know, I'm late, but I wanted to go ahead and run through that real quick. And y'all tell me what y'all think if y'all want to in the comments. And make sure you hit me in the comments. I love talking to you. Alright, y'all, later.